Hey everybody, this is the garden lady down here in Annie's garden this afternoon. And what I'm doing, I'm cutting back the yellow leaves off these here tomatoes. It's getting ready to be the fall of the year, so we got all these here brown leaves here and yellow leaves on these tomatoes. And what it does is that the plant sees these leaves are dying, so it sends all of its energy to these here leaves, trying to save them, trying to make sure they don't die. And they're gonna die anyway, because like I said, it's the fall of the year. So what I'm trying to do, I'm cutting all of them off, pruning all these like this off and throwing them to the side. Not real close to the tomato plant itself, but away from the tomato plant. And I'm doing that so the plant can focus all of its energy to these last precious fruit that it have there. So these right here will be juicy and sweet. It'll focus all that energy to that instead of focusing it to all these dead leaves. The plant will focus it energy to survive unless I cut all this away. Once I cut it away, it realized that it's not a part of it anymore, so it uses that energy to produce those plants. And it might even get a set of new blooms on the plant. You know, produce some new tomatoes once I cut all of this back. So that's what I'm doing today. So I'm cutting that back from the tomatoes. I'm taking care of that, because I'm gonna let these stay until they die back completely. And you can see over there, I removed all of those squash plants. I can show you a piece of what left. They all died back, and I let them die back and go into the ground. And then my son, who's videotaping me, my son Princeton, he's gonna come out and he's gonna till all of this in, down through there. And we're gonna remove this here vine. And so we're gonna have a wide space here, and we're gonna plant this here as part of our fall garden. We're gonna videotape the tilling when we're doing all of that, and the planting, all of that, so you all are gonna be part of that. And we also gonna pick all of these red cayenne peppers, because we love peppers. We eat peppers every day, so we're gonna pick all the red ones. I got a lot of reds down there. And what I do, I get a black piece of thread, no, it's like thread and a needle, and I take, let me get one that's right here so you can see exactly what I do with it. I take the thread and I stick it through the green part of the cayenne pepper, and I just push it down, another piece down on the screen, and I thread them up, and then I hang them in my kitchen near where I cook, so I can just reach up and get dried cayenne pepper all during the winter season to add to my, I add it to my collard greens, to my roast and chicken, anything we're cooking, we add it to that. So that's what we do with the cayenne pepper. And we're gonna start, like I said, we're gonna pick back these here so some new ones can come onto there. So still a lot of good harvesting in the fall garden. It's not what they call fall yet, but you can tell by the leaves and things getting ready to change that fall is quickly approaching. So we're picking these back, and like I said, I'm gonna cut all of these, anything that's yellow like this. I'm gonna clip it all the way up to the stem of the plant, the main stem of the plant. And for those of you all who are just coming on, I'm doing this so the plant can focus all of that energy on this fruit that it's had left here on this vine. Focus that energy on getting all the nutrients and all the juice and all the sweetness and all into that. Otherwise, it will be trying to repair this here dead leaf. So that's why I cut all of those off. I cut all of that off, so it's just in the way there. So I cut that back, and see this right here, now I cut that back, it's gonna focus energy to getting this here plant here right. Getting this here fruit here right, so that's what it's gonna do. And then we're gonna go on down. I see another red one, see I missed one. And they are so beautiful. So it's still a lot of work to be done out here in this garden. And if you don't stay up on it, it'll get out of hand. So you have to do a little bit every day. I've been down for a while with my leg and arthritis. I rubbed it up, and I had an ACE wrap on it and a knee brace and all of that. And today it feels better, and I'm just thankful that I can get back out here and doing what I love down here in this garden. I just love this. This is like breathing to me. So I'm back out here. So I just want to welcome y'all. And I know all y'all been saying y'all doing different things. Y'all planning. Somebody ordering seeds. Y'all are canning. You're showing me videos of things y'all are canning for the first time. And I'm so proud of you all that you're actually canning and storing up food for your family. And I'm sure y'all proud of yourselves. So I just want all of y'all just to pat yourselves on the back. Pat yourselves on the back, because y'all have done an excellent job. Excellent job. So keep telling your friends and your family, anybody who will listen, about gardening and about they need to be storing up, canning. If they can't can, they need to be freezing. If they can't, don't have a way to freeze it, then they need to be buying up like dried goods, like peas and pinto beans and rice and all of that, and storing it up. They need to be storing up for later use. So tell everybody about it, whether they listen or not. You can't say, well, I didn't tell you. And they can't say, well, you should have told me. So just tell them. Tell them. And I know you all, a lot of you all had ordered your pressure canner and you can't find one that's on back order. So we just gonna hope that there's somewhere on a shelf in a warehouse that they put out for you all to get. So we're gonna hope that. So I'm gonna go on down here. Y'all can see where, like I said, I'm gonna come back and do it, but y'all can see where I'm getting all this yellow off, like this here. This is dead. This is serving no purpose other than to suck the energy from this here plant that it could be given to the fruit of this plant. So like this right here, this don't need to be here. This don't need to be here. This don't need to be here. That limb way down there that's doing nothing but there, that thing need to be cut off. That need to be cut off. All of that need to be cut off. So get in there and cut all of that off. We're gonna go down a little farther. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and pick these here red peppers while I'm up here. I see 2 of those, so I won't have to come back up this way. And I'm gonna get some green too, because my son always said we want some in the house. And last night it wasn't any in the house, so I'm gonna go ahead and take some of that in there. And I want to thank him for coming out here and videotaping this video for me and for you all. So we're going to get all this right here. See how pretty the red is and the green? All of that. When it's turned red, that means it's ripe. It's time to pick it. Like I said, you can use it to cook with meats, vegetables, with any vegetables. Anybody that like spicy food, that's the thing to use, that cayenne pepper. And it's also good as a herbal use for blood pressure and rheumatism and all kinds of stuff. So you can use that cayenne pepper. Look it up, Google it, and see all the uses for the cayenne. We always make sure we got lots of cayenne pepper in our garden. And this plant right here will produce up until the first hard frost. So we'll be having peppers up until the first hard frost. Got a tomato here. And my rim, my top handle come off a basket, but I'm gonna just lift it up and go on. So here we go. I missed a few little limbs, but I'm gonna get them now. And I had told y'all on my channel on Facebook that I was going out and see how my potatoes were doing. But when I got out there, after we got that large rain yesterday, the plant that looked like it was dead then flourished back up. So it's not ready to be dug up yet. So I'm gonna wait a little longer. Wait a little longer for that. And then we'll dig it up later. Because it's supposed to be dyed all the way back before you dig it up. So I just left it alone. And I'm gonna take y'all out there when I do dig it. And this here is the Mexican sunflower that I told y'all about, that you can plant in your garden for pollination. Now each one of these branches will have lots of those orange flowers like the top part of it got. So it'll just branch all out, and the bumblebees, the hummingbirds, and the butterflies will come to your garden, and they will pollinate your other plants by the pollen that they get from the nectar that they get from that particular plant. So that's the plant that I said that as soon as it dries out, along with my zinnias that I'm gonna send to my followers, whoever wants some seeds, I'm gonna let them know when they dry it out, and I'm gonna tell you to send me a stamp address envelope, and I'm gonna send you back some of my seeds. And when y'all send me some of y'all, when I send y'all some of my seeds, if y'all got some seeds up there that you think y'all want to share with me, y'all send me some down here when you're sending that self-addressed envelope. So we're gonna appreciate that. We're just gonna share what we got with each other. But see those butterflies on there? They're just beautiful. So that's what they do. So I know several of you all said that y'all were working in y'all gardens today, so we're getting this thing done. And that's a good thing. It's not an easy job, but you feel like you done accomplished something great when you finish out here. You feel like you done accomplished something great because you done, it's a labor of love, definitely. We're coming on down here. And we're gonna come on down. Get that one. Go ahead and get that one because it's so warm down here where we live that it will be right before tomorrow morning. But see the butterflies are just everywhere. And see, like over here, let me show you over here. Over here on these here, over on the marigolds, we got butterflies. That's another flower. A lot of people don't like it because of the smell of it. It don't have a pleasant smell. But that particular flower keep pests away from your garden. Because of that smell, they don't like to be around that either. So that's a good plant to plant in your garden also because of that reason. And the butterflies, and they love that plant. So they just in and out of the garden all during the day. Let me pick this here. I got a tomato down here. And over there, down there you can see the zinnias they're dying back. They're getting ready to dry out. You have to let them dry on the plant itself. Dry all the way out on the plant itself before you collect the seeds. If you don't, the seeds won't be dry and they won't come up. So you got to let it dry. Let me get this one here. I think this one is how it's supposed to be. This one here is dry like it's supposed to be. So then after you do that, this right here is actually those little dark ones that you see in my hand. Those are like 1, 2, 3, 4 zinnia seeds. That's what they look like. That right there is the seed of that flower. See if I shake that, not the white part, but those little dark parts that are in there, in the palm of my hand, those are the zinnia seeds. So you got to let it dry actually on the flower stem itself. And we're going to go down here. I'm going to show you. We pulled up all the corn and show you this one here. I save all of my seeds. These right here are marigold seeds. Those that one over there that I said didn't smell good, but they're good for pests. And see, these are easy to save. These right here, each one of those seeds will make a new marigold plant. See, they're like that, but those are marigold seeds. So I'm gonna put that on there so I can get those. I save those as they dried. I pull them off the plant and I put them to the side because next year I'm gonna have flowers all along there. And here, these purple hulls are coming in. So by the Saturday we'll have more purple hull peas to pick. And those peas up there, they are cow peas. They're not purple hull peas. These are purple. And the ones in Gent's garden are purple. But I want to show you down here, that corn there is dry. I want to show you down here where we pulled up the area where we had the 4 rows of corn. So we pulled that up. And this weekend, Preston and I, we're going to get out here. We're going to pull these weeds up, and then he's going to till down there, and then we're going to plant, like probably some, I know we're going to plant some purple hull peas. We're going to plant some, we got okra. We're going to plant some, a little bit of squash, and we're going to plant a long row of zinnias because I want to make sure I got enough zinnias for all my followers. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure we got enough because everybody want to have a little bit, so we're going to share. Let me go down here and show you all how these on the back over here look in Mama's garden. This is Annie's garden that we're in down here in my piece of heaven. So we already have, see the butterflies, we already have lots and lots of zinnias there, but we want to make sure we got enough for everybody. Everybody need to have some zinnia seeds and marigold seeds and Mexican sunflower seeds down here from Annie's garden and my little piece of heaven. So we're gonna make sure you got some of that. And see how the butterflies right on that whale over there? You see that butterfly? They're coming back and forth all day long. Just lighting on that in my garden. It's visiting my garden, so I love that. These are okra that are blooming. You have to pick your okra every day. They grow just that fast when they start producing. They grow just that fast. My son is worried about his mama, so he got me putting on the hat because I'm hot. So here I go to shade my face. But this right here, these are the okra. So we picked them yesterday, but they're ready to pick again. They grow just that fast once they start growing. And this is what an okra bloom look like. And see, if you let them stay out, if you don't pick them in 2 days, sometimes you come out, you got some on there that's too hard to eat. And you have to throw those away or save those parts of okra for seed. So they're coming, so you make sure that you're back and forth like every other day, just checking your okra if you want some young tender ones. So the garden is coming, ceasing itself and coming to the end of its season. So there's still a lot that can be picked and gathered in the garden, but like I said, it's coming to a season, so it's time to pull up a lot of stuff. And that's where we pile the corn over there. Those are the corn shucks that we pulled up. We're gonna pull those to the side and we're gonna put them over there in the yard where we normally have like a barn fire in the wintertime and cook some catfish and just sit out there and have a family night. So we're gonna pull that over there and put it in that pile. But like I said, we're gonna do this the weekend. We're gonna till this over and we'll plant a full long row of zinnias. Make sure I got a wide long row so I have more than enough for y'all. So that's what's going on down here in my garden. And you can see up there on that hill, that's Gent's garden, and then Dre's garden is down there still. So my gardens are still producing. But up there in Gent's garden down here on this end where I got these squash planted, like I said on one video I think I did, maybe I didn't. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull up all those squash plants because they're not producing that well. And I already canned all the squash that me and my family need. And everybody, I asked them if they wanted squash, and everybody, they seem to have enough squash. So we're gonna pull that up. We're gonna till that Saturday also, and we're gonna plant one long row of purple top turnips, mustard, curly leaf mustard, rakes, and rutabagas, and collard plants. We're gonna combine all of that. I combine that. I put my collards in there with them because when the collard get about up some size, I can pull that plant up out of that bunch with those where I planted with those turnips, and I can just set it out and make me a long row of collard plants when I pull those okra up. So that's why I went up, go ahead and plant. Instead of just planting the collard seeds in a place by themselves, I sowed them with my turnips and my mustards and my rakes and my rutabagas, all that together. So we're gonna do all of that Saturday, and I'm gonna have y'all out here. We got a long day ahead of us, but it's gonna be a real fruitful day. We're gonna get all this here did. We're gonna get this planted. We're gonna get that pulled up and get that tilled up and planted. So that's what we're looking forward to. And also, before the end of the week, before Saturday, Princeton and we're going down to some mullein I found, and we're gonna harvest that. And we're gonna bring it back, and we're gonna hang it up and show you how to hang it up and dry it. And then we're gonna, after it dry, we're gonna show you how to bring it in the house and how to prepare it to put in your glass jar so you'll have mullein in your house for to make your tea. And we're gonna also be doing some more herbal plants like sassafras. We're gonna do let me see, sassafras. We're gonna do what was the one you said, son?
Dandelion.
We're gonna do dandelion. A lot of people don't realize all the benefits of dandelion. We're gonna definitely do that one because that is one that's in everybody's yard. We're gonna do that one, and we're gonna do like blackberry vines and blackberry roots. We're gonna do a lot of herbal plants that our forefathers used, and my mother and her family used them. But over time, when modern methods came into be, we just stopped doing that. So we're gonna get back to basics. So this is the garden lady down here in my piece of heaven in Annie's garden, and I want to ask you all to like me, like me and share me on my YouTube channel, which is the Garden Lady 1955. Subscribe to my channel if you hadn't already did it. And when you share it, make it public so that it can go out to a whole bunch of people so they can get to see what we're doing. All around the world, I'm getting likes from Canada, Arizona. I even got one from Kuwait. So I'm getting them from Maine, from Michigan, from everywhere. So y'all just stick with me. Hey y'all, bye, and keep digging in the dirt. Bye-bye.